Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In this video I will discuss some comments made by Viktor Baut. Viktor Baut is the merchant of death, the guy who was just swapped for the basketball player. Maybe you're familiar with the incident. The Americans released this alleged, arms dealer, the merchant of death. Why do I say alleged? Because he denies that, and the Americans obviously claim otherwise. So he was exchanged for the basketball player, the cannabis girl, who entered Russia with cannabis, which was illegal. She got 9 years of a basketball contract in a colony, in a prison. So anyway, they were exchanged. United States is ecstatic that this basketball player was released and they gave this guy back. All right, so Mr. Bout did not disappoint because I didn't expect anything else less than whatever he said. And what did he say? This article comes from Insider from December 11th, 2022. This is the title. Newly freed Russian arms dealer Viktor Baut said he, and I'm quoting, wholeheartedly supports Russia's war in Ukraine and would certainly volunteer. You hear that? So he's a patriotic Russian. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Greener, the basketball player, would volunteer to support her country based on her comments towards the flag and the anthem of the United States during the basketball games. I'm pretty sure she would not. Now, Russian arms dealer, see how nice this put, arms dealer, okay, Viktor Baut said he would certainly, and that's in quotation mark, volunteer to fight in Russia's war against Ukraine. Well, I didn't expect less of that, Mr. Baut. Baut is newly free after being swapped for Brittany Greener, who was detained in Moscow for 9 months. I'm assuming for no particular reason. Bout was imprisoned in the US on a 25-year sentence for conspiring with a terrorist organization. Okay. Newly freed Russian arms dealer Viktor Baut said he wholeheartedly supports Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine, adding that he would certainly go as a volunteer if he had the chance, according to reports. Well, you can be used in providing some contacts. And I'm quoting Mr. Baut, if I could, I would share the skills I have and I would readily volunteer, end quote, Baut said on the Russian state television network RT, formerly known as Russia Today. Baut's freedom was secured in a prisoner swap with Brittany Greener, a WNBA star that I never heard of, who was arrested in February in Moscow on drug charges, as I saw it, and later announced a sentence to 9 years in a penal colony. So was going to a colony. She was a colonizer once in her life. How did you feel, Greener, to be a colonizer? Did you feel empowered by that? Still reparations? Waiting for the reparations for that? Are you going to pay reparations for the Russians? You colonized them. US and Russian officials agreed to the 1-for-1 swap last week, Insider previously reported. So the Americans negotiated with the terrorist state of Russia for this hoop thrower, or whatever you want to call it, for this guy. So as I always mention, Americans bought a pack of cigarettes, Greener, for $3,000. Baut was arrested by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency in 2008 in the drug sting, extradited to the U.S., convicted of conspiring with a terrorist organization and plotting to kill American civilians and officials, and sentenced to 25 years in prison, according to a previous Insider report. These guys are idiots, and I'm going to tell you why. They said all this with the intent to create anger in our souls towards Baut, Look what he did. Can you imagine? He was that bad. Okay, he was bad. But they don't understand that we, or I, look at it a little bit differently. Wow, so he was that bad? Wow, he was a very bad guy. Now, I put both Greener and Bout on a scale. Bout, Greener. Bam! Okay? So that's how I look at it. That makes them fools more than they think they make us. Oh yeah, he needed to be arrested. You understand that this guy, if what these guys are claiming him to be, he's a very heavyweight, and they exchange this heavyweight, this dangerous person with a terrorist, with conspiring, killing civilians, all that, for what? For a cannabis girl. That shows idiocracy more, but they don't understand it. They don't understand it. They think people will not pick up on that. They will say, yes, he was a bad dude, good. Yeah, but now he's free. The bad dude, but you got the basketball player, basketball star that I never heard of. Anyway, she was good. She was good in her basketball, but for me, I look for quality. Okay? So I don't care if you're a woman, you're a man, you're a little people, or you're something else. I care for quality. And I don't think in the grand scheme she has quality versus the big ones. Can she beat me in one-on-one? I guarantee you she can. So, she has quality. All right? I'm not saying that she doesn't. But I look for, how should I say it, the best of the best in general. It doesn't matter. It's not about her here. It's about Mr. Baut. Now, while he was in prison, he said that he had a portrait of President Vladimir Putin displayed in his cell, according to CNN. Yes, he said, always, Baut said in an RT interview per CNN. Why not? I'm proud that I'm Russian and that our president is Putin, end quote. So this is what he said. Yes, always. I'm proud that I'm Russian and that our president is Putin, he said. Well, I don't know about that. And what I say about that, if he would be allowed to have a picture over there, to keep a picture, or I worked in this kind of facilities, not at that level whatsoever. Okay, I worked at a much lower level of this kind of not penal colonies or anything, but where people were locked up. Okay, so at a very low level, there were some very strict rules, very, very well structured, at a very low level. Do you think that this guy, at the high security, he would be allowed to, I don't know, have ladies of the night and vodka and television? Yes, he would have all that. No, I'm just saying, this guy's here compared with this guy. So I'm pretty sure if he would have, first, how do you get a picture of Putin? From a magazine? The guards will take it away from you in a second, or the wardens, however you want to call them. They would take it from you in a second. And what are you going to do about it? Nothing. They would say, well, we don't approve of propaganda or something like that. That's it. I don't have to tell you anything. They would just take it. What are they going to do? Sue them? You want to talk about the freedom of speech and expression? Bullshit. And I said, I worked in a very low compared with this guy. And no. Anyway, but he said that. He said he's a proud Russian. Why not? That's his nation. That's his country. That's the guy. He has the right to like whomever he wants. He's a free man right now. And even if you're not a free man, I think you're still allowed to think and express your thoughts and feelings, as long as you don't act and, cause problems. Of course, you don't conspire to kill and all that. If you conspire that, you should go and be punished. Now, Baut, obviously, denies the charges and all that. I gotta tell you this. I don't remember a convicted criminal that I spoke with. Many. I haven't heard any of these guys telling me, you know what, I deserved it, man. I did it, and I deserved it, the punishment. They all said, maybe 99.9% of them, it was something else. No, man, I didn't do it. They just, it's an unfair system. It's an unfair system. It's an interpretation. It's this and that. They made me. I did it because of that and that. It was 99.9% never their fault, but somehow they were where they were. The same with Bout. He says, well, I didn't do it. I was a nice guy, and I don't know his details, and I will never know his details, but I'm just giving you as an extra piece of information. Yeah, that's corruption. Yes, that's political, maneuvering and all that. I understand that, but that was just an extra from my direct experience. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.